Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you real quick, because it doesn't take very long, well it shouldn't, how to make a little stand. People were asking about the one I made for this lime cane, and really what this one was all the leftovers after I made the cane. When you cut off the edges, you're going to have this warped, kind of ugly parts. So I was just going to toss them out. Well, actually I wasn't going to toss them out, I just thought they weren't going to be good for anything, so I stuck it all together and I made a mush with it. And then I saw that the little cane was still kind of there, and I thought that was cute, and it was kind of marbled over here, so I was like, you know what, maybe I'll make a stand. So all I did, honestly, was just mush together to the shape of a stand like I've seen before. And then I took a piece out of the middle there, kind of towards the front, because I kind of wanted it to be presenting it that way instead of just right in the top. So I did that, and I still wanted to keep the canes there. And then I went ahead and cut some cane slices and just stuck them on the outside. So today's isn't going to be exactly the same, it'll be the same style, but I am going to do it a little bit different. So let me grab all the things I need for today's tutorial, and we will get started. For this particular tutorial, I'll be using this pen that I made the other day, and you can see the Sculpey that I use has a shimmer to it, and I'm not even sure what it is because it was really old and it had no label on it. So, and it's actually kind of weird, it feels kind of soft. But anyway, this is one of those Discover pens that I got at Walmart, so you can't cover all the way to the tip, correct? If you guys remember, you have to take this out so that you can bake it. For these, you can't just cover up to the tip like you can with the Eagle or Bic paper or Bic pens, okay? So just to keep that in mind. And so to make our base for this one, what I'm gonna do is I keep old clay, like this stuff either got some color on it or it's kind of hard. It's just not really that workable. So I just keep them in a bag. So whenever I'm done with the project, if there's some clay that I don't need or can't really use, I'll just throw it in there. Like this one has beige and white and has some pink stains on it. So I just threw it together, and I'm probably just gonna use the whole clump. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of mess with this and keep working it until it's a little softer, okay? So you can use leftover clays. If you're not gonna do that, if you're gonna use a brand new clay brick, it'll probably take half or more of the brick to make a stand, okay? So with that, you would just soften it up, okay? So let me soften this like I would one of these, and we'll go from there. It was just kind of warm up in my hands. I'm kind of working with it, rolling it, anything to get all those clumps together. You don't want to have spaces in the middle of it, but just really you want to get it together. Now you can see I can actually work it a lot better, and it really wasn't that old, I guess. If I really wanted to, I could have used the clay for something else, but you know, there's just reasons why I throw clay into my little junk bucket, but that was one of them. So I'm just gonna put it all together. And if this was a brand new piece, you would just, like I said, if it was brand new, you would just start working with it and then make the shape of your stand, which is just kind of like a circle and then kind of squish down, okay? So I'll show you. So I'm just gonna kind of keep rolling it in my hands so it's a little more circular. Roll it. And you just find the shape you like. I kind of want the gold at the top, because what I'm gonna have to do with this one is I'm gonna cover it with black to cover up all the swirls and stuff, and to match my pen. So let's say you have this circle. It's not the best circle in the world. Let me take off my rings. It doesn't really matter. And then you're just gonna kind of, well, see, it's not quite a circle. I do a little better job of that. And then you're just going to squeeze it down. Just squish it down into your work surface, or to your table, should I say. Okay, you want it to be kind of tall in the center. And then you can kind of round it out so it's nice and tall. So I got a base on it, a flat base, and I'm kind of trying to work it up so that it makes like a pyramid, but it's rounded. There's probably a name for that, and I just can't think of it. So anyway, I'm trying to round it off to make it a lot nicer. As you can see, it's getting a nicer shape. It's going to take some time. You don't have to do it as fast as I am. I'm probably not going to do the best job because I'm just trying to show you guys. Okay. Now this is how I did mine. You can do stands all different ways. I mean, you can make a wider base and more of a circle, whatever it is that you want to do. But that's pretty good. Okay, so now if you're working with one solid color, because that's what you started with, and you want to make it nice and pretty, then you would just go into the step I'm going to do after this. But right now what I'm going to do is take some of the black, the same clay, and it's kind of like a grayish black. It's a weird clay. I'm not even sure where it came from, really. I know, I've just had it for years. This is what it is, and it's still soft, so it's kind of weird. I rolled it out on the second to the skinniest setting on my pasta roller. So if you were to roll it out, just roll it out really thin. I mean, it's, as you can see, it's like almost paper thin. It doesn't have to be that thin. You can go a little thicker. And I'm just going to lay it on my base and take off whatever excess there might be. And so now I'm just going to smooth this all around all the way at the bottom. You don't have to cover the bottom if you don't want, but I'm going to go ahead and cover the bottom. And this doesn't have to be a science, just do your best. I'm going to work some into that area right there where there isn't any. And I'm going to do my best to smooth it all around what we just did, okay? I'm going to press it down, just keep smoothing. I'm going to keep doing this off camera because it's probably kind of boring, but what I'm going to tell you is I'll be using like whatever tools you have. I have this little roller that I showed you guys, so I'm just going to kind of go in there with that, and that helps smooth out those lines. You saw that there was a line there, but if I just keep rolling, it'll smooth out, okay? So I'm going to smooth it as best I can, and we'll come back at that little while of doing, but it's funny, it looks like a bonbon, but it's black. So not very appetizing, but there it is, okay? And so you can keep forming it as you're doing that. Of course, if you're using one solid color, you don't have to cover it, but I covered it. So now we're at the next part. This is where what you will do if you're using even just a solid color. I liked the way I did the other one where the hole was towards the front. If you want to put your hole right on the top, that's up to you. You know, do whatever you like. What happens is it's kind of funny that this cylinder is the perfect size, like almost exact same width of my pen. Can you see that? So I was like, hey, I mean, look, all I did was just shove it in there just to make a hole, and then I realized, hey, it's exactly the same size. So that's up to you. But what I'm going to do is kind of come towards the front. You see, the top would be like right here, the very middle, right? I'm going to come a little bit closer to the front, what I consider the front, and I'm going to push straight down and kind of turn it because this clay is kind of old, and kind of form it around there, make sure everything's good. That's still kind of the way I would like, okay? Because this is going to be one of the more important parts of what you do. And I'm just going to twist it and kind of open it up a little bit bigger because you don't want it to be exactly the same size, just in case something happens and it's too snug. So then I pull it out. It leaves that little piece in there. I don't know if you can see that. That piece is still there. So I just picked it out with my fingers, but kind of wiggle it a little bit. And as you wiggle it, it starts coming up. If you have problems with that, I would... See, and that's what the twisting is good. So when you twist it, it kind of loosens it up, and it came out as a whole plug. And there's another little piece of junk you can use for later, or for the next time. And that's why I told you I wanted the gold to be on top. And if you look down in there, it's gold. So that doesn't bother me at all. Okay, so from here, I just stuck it in. Let me see if I can. About 1/2 inch deep. For this pen, I did the same thing. I stuck it in there, and then in my head I thought, oh, you know what, because this is before I baked it actually, it didn't have this part in it. I thought, okay, this is going to affect it, because if this was there and you bake it, it's going to be hard, and it's just going to be kind of rolling around on the tip, because the tip didn't fit in, right? I just measured basically how thick that would, but I guess you could put it the other way, so the pen's sticking out. But anyway, so what I did was quickly I just pushed the tip in, and then I went ahead and stuck down in there so that it made an impression. So if you really look in there, you'll see that there's a little ballpoint tip in there, okay? So for this pen, because those Walmart ones, you can't cover this whole area, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. I'm just gonna put it right in there, try to be straight in the middle as I can, and I don't wanna touch the bottom, of course. You don't wanna poke all the way through, right? So I'm just gonna push it in as far as I think is good, and I'm gonna give it a little bit of a wiggle, just so that it has some room to kind of be free in there. And it didn't stay on the pen. The pen's still gonna write, but now you have a nice impression down in there where the pen is gonna rest nicely. And it won't matter if it turns this way or that way or whatever way, because obviously it's round, it's cylindrical, it's not gonna be any different if it's facing another way. Okay, so there's our base, and that's it, guys. What I'm gonna do is grab some things to decorate, and then what I'm gonna do is decorate with the same little kind of motifs I used on the pen. So let me get those things together. I'm not sure what this mold is called. You can still find it. I know I've seen it at Michael's. I think it has to do with garden something or other, even though, or something about all seasons. I'm sorry, it's because like if you look, there's like turkey, a little apple, that'd be really cute. And the little bear is super cute. I've done that one before, but I use this one a lot. As you can see, it's a little heart with like a little doily around it, so it's like a Valentine. So I'm just gonna use some of the bright pink, the same bright pink that I used in my pen. It's just a bright pink Sculpey. It's actually this one, hot pink Sculpey 3. Okay, it's a gorgeous color. I love it. I have like 3 or 4 bricks at a time because I use a lot of it. Okay, so I'm just gonna push that into just the heart. That's kind of how you mold things. And then this white, I'm not sure what this white is, because again, it was in a package with no name. It's because when you buy those sets, they come with things, and then I'm not sure, but it has a a shimmer in it. So I think it's the pearlescent white or whatever they call it. And it's really creamy. As you can see, it's leaving stuff on my hands. I'm not sure. Somebody, I read a book and they were saying that they don't prefer Sculpey because it is so soft, but I like Sculpey because it is so soft. But sometimes for molding, it's not the best thing. So I just push that in and fill it up. And then I'm going to push on the back of it to pop it out, okay? And there's your little heart with a little white ruffle. Isn't that cute? Okay, so I already molded some little flowers. I have little flowers. Some of those hearts and leaves in the bright green like I did with my pen. And I have two more of the three hearts altogether. And the leaves I molded from this one, I think that has to do with gardening, has these cute other items, but there's this little tiny leaf that I like to use a lot too. So there's that. And then I just want to make some vines like I did for the pen, which is super simple. It's not very complicated. You just grab, this is the bright green. I'm not sure what this bright green is called, but anyway, I'm just gonna roll it out to a really thin, like snake, okay? So you basically, like when you were a kid and you played with this stuff, just roll it out real thin and long, okay? So I'm gonna keep doing that until I have a long snake here, and I have a couple of them actually, so I can just kind of work with them a little easier. I'm gonna bring my base back. Again, here's the bottom. There's a top where we just made. And the pen's gonna fit in here real nice, just like this. But so you can kind of start designing. What I do with the vine is I'll come in at the very end and kind of roll it on itself, and then just make a scroll, keep going around and around. It's easier to do if you have it laying down, but I don't know if you guys can see that. But anyhow, just kind of stick it down so that you can roll it around itself until it makes a little scroll however you like, however big or small. And then I'm going to cut it off like right over here and do the same thing with that end, is just kind of roll it around on itself going the other way. So here I have a little curly, it twisted, but all you have to do is twist it back however you want. And just lay it down wherever you like. So I'm going to put it down towards the side over here. Why not? Just put them wherever you like. You're just going to decorate your base now. And then there I'm going to put one of my little hearts right on top of that. Kind of push it down. And then I'm going to take a little leaf and put that right in here too. Okay, and I don't push them too much because they're molded, so I don't want them to warp or anything like that. So I'm going to continue adding little hearts and vines and things just all over, and I'll come back at that point. So here it is. I just kept adding little swirls and leaves and hearts all around. I need to smooth that out. But now it's ready to bake. So I'm just going to put this in the oven. Basically it's Sculpey, so it needs to be baked again at 275. It says 15 minutes per 1/4 inch. Now this is inches thick. So I did 30 minutes on this one, and you know, it's just fine. This one's a little bit bigger than this one, so I might say, you know, even 40-45 minutes. But I would just keep checking just to make sure your little hearts don't get too scorchy. But 30 minutes, 40 minutes is going to be good. So I'm going to put it on a piece of paper on a baking sheet that I don't use for food, just a baking sheet that you use just for your clay projects or other things that are not food related. And I'll show you what that looks like. So here it is, all baked. I did bake it for about 40 minutes because this one's really thick and it looked just fine. It didn't look like anything was burning, so I just kept leaving it there longer and longer. So at 275 because it's Sculpey for 40 minutes. And there it is with all its little things on it. It's all cured. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to video it from the side, because I know from the top it looks kind of crazy, especially if I put the pen in. You're going to be like, okay, well, what is that? It's hard to tell. So at this point, now that it's all cooled, I actually finished baking it last night. This is the next morning, and I obviously painted my nails. It's nice and cold, okay? It's just cool to the touch. It's ready to go. If you wanted to glaze it, you can glaze it with your Sculpey glaze. This is the gloss glaze. They do have a satin glaze. I don't know why anybody would do that because it's already satin matte looking, but I guess that's to seal in any paint or anything else if you paint on top of it. But this is the gloss glaze if you want to do that. To give it some shine, you can paint it and then just let that dry for a few hours and your holder is good to go. So let me take the camera down and shoot it from a different angle so you can kind of see that. So here it is. And you see how it's kind of lumpy around here? Not lumpy, but like I dug in there. You can get your file, a nail file, your drill, I know a lot of us have nail drills, and just come in and buff that and make it nice and round if you wanted to, okay? You don't have to, but if you're a perfectionist and want to do that, you can totally do that. So here's my pen, and all you do is just put it right down in there, and that's it. So I hope you guys liked the tutorial. Hold on one second. If you remember, I fashioned it so that it's perfect for this pen. So there it is. And I hope you guys liked it and that you try it out. And if you do, please let me know or make a video response or whatever. I'd love to see them. Okay? Bye now.